Hi, I'm Dutch Robinson, and I'm on the Grine with Valentine.
Hey, I'm Candace Woods, and I'm on the Grine with Valentine.
He knows who's Grine, interviewing all the time. Ain't gotta say the name, you know who is Valentine. Never know who you're gonna see him talking to, but you know they shine bright up in the interview. Lights, camera, action, ready for some passion. Man, cause he got what most of y'all lacking. Hacking, celebrities, go cracking. Everything goes in orderly fashion. So if you think it's your time to shine, baby, you better catch up with Valentine, baby. On the Grine, TV on your mind. Tune in, let's see who's gonna shine next. Constant songwriter, Grine with
Yo, what's happening? It's On The Grind TV. I'm your host, Valentine. This is a show that's gonna give you all the up-and-coming cats that are trying to make it to the next level. Then we sit down with all the cats who have made it and ask them how hard the grind has been for them. Man, hold on a minute. Man, you know it's about to go down, y'all. On The Grind TV with your man, Valentine, baby. On today's show, we got a young, up-and-coming actress, good-looking, talented. Candace Woods in the house. But man, today, we got an icon, a legend, R&B Hall of Fame inductee, the original Ohio player, in the house for y'all, doing his thing, singing a song from his latest album, Freedom, called Ego. Man, I ain't got nothing else to say to that, y'all. You know what time it is. Let's get on the grind, y'all.
Fellas, don't bring your ego with you when you go see that lady. It's only gonna make things worse. Whoa, 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 yeah. No, people don't stay sane too long when they're living in real pain alone, relating to the world's worst songs. With your coy and all your fantasies, there's no way to set your mind at ease. Why are you afraid of losing me? You've been gone much too long to mention. Do you still seek attention? Girl, I go almost anywhere. I won't let my ego show, just to show I care. Anything you want, you know that it will be right there. I feel like I'm holding on. If I don't, you, where do you go when you disappear? Is your mind still there when you are here? You've never made things quite so clear. But it's okay, that's just part of you. I know what butterflies can do. They'll land on me and land on you. But it's all so real. I feel we can make it. If my love, you'll just take it. Take it, baby. Whoa, I go almost anywhere. I won't let my ego show, just to show I care. Anything you want, you know I'll be right there. I feel like I'm holding on. No, baby. Go anywhere you want, baby. I won't let my ego show. Oh, no. Anything you want. I feel like I'm holding on. If I don't, you'll be gone. Oh, baby, don't go. Baby, no. I know you may not love me, but I'm still holding on, holding on. I won't bring my ego, baby. I won't bring my ego, baby. No, no. I won't bring my ego, baby. I won't bring my ego. I won't bring my ego.
Oh my goodness. Man, I almost got a bow, man.
Thank you.
Listen, y'all, this is my man, Dutch Robinson, Ohio Players, y'all. If you don't know, I'm sitting with royalty, yo. Sitting with royalty, R&B royalty, man.
Life is
Dude.
walking a little bit.
Life is good, man.
Yeah, God is good.
God
Life is good.
all the time. Dude, inducted into the R&B Hall of Fame. What's that like?
Well, it was surprising because, see, I left the group a while ago, and one of Sugarfoot's last wishes on his deathbed is that I be inducted with the group.
Yeah.
And well, I think that was because he recognized all the art and all the love that went into putting the Ohio Players together.
My goodness.
And I actually wrote the first 2 albums of the Ohio Players. So
Exactly.
for them, we were on Capitol and Tangerine, Ray Charles' old label. And,
Yeah. Mercury Records.
Yeah, and I had them down in the basement showing them horn parts, and they were kind of lazy, you know. They'd sit there and wait for you to give them their part, and then they would play. But later on in the years, they started really
Jelly.
Oh yeah, they gel.
Man.
They gel.
Wow, man, I'm happy to have you, man. And now, you going solo. I mean, what's it like going solo, though, man? Was it a hard transition for you to go from the group to the solo?
It was very hard. My father thought I had lost my mind, actually. I just couldn't deal anymore with, there was a lot of controversial things going on with the group. And when I started going down south to Alabama, down that way and everything, and I saw the prejudice and everything, that's when I left.
Right.
It was still going, you can't go through the back door, to the front door, you gotta go through the back, and they didn't want whites and blacks
Mixing together
in the club. And when I went down and saw all of that, because I was from the north, right?
Yeah.
And I went and saw all of that, and just kind of took the heart out of me. I walked away from them, and I went back to New York. And I got to tell you, I started my first band. I was going to go solo.
Yeah.
And I put this band together from from L.A., actually. And I knew nothing about this thing called Sunshine.
Yeah.
So I started booking myself in the same clubs and stuff that the Ohio Players had done. And our first gig was in Buffalo, New York. And I saw the fellas walking around there. You know, they had a little rum, and they were tasting a little rum, and that didn't bother me, them going on stage.
Yeah.
You know, they only had a little half pint. But I had no idea that they were taking Sunshine. So when we got on stage, we were doing It's Your Thing.
Yeah.
It's the, it's your thing, don't get what you want to do.
Yeah.
Well, the second verse, they slowed it down, so it's your boom, boom, boom. And then the guitar player started, and the drummer started, and I had been in this club like 4 or 5 times in my lifetime singing. He said, Dutch, stop the band, stop. You're fired. Get these guys. Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. It was acid they were taking. I had no idea they would. Oh, boy. Yep, that was my first solo performance. Oh, it was awful.
Never again, though.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Man. Now, let's go back to when you was with the Ohio Players, though, man. I mean, do you remember the first time you got on stage with them?
When I first got on stage with the Ohio Players,
What
it
was that like?
Well, there was a lot expected from me, especially because I was from New York, and I was coming to Dayton, Ohio to
Right.
perform the first time. And here I was performing in front of my people, black people, for the first time with a group that I've been with maybe about 10 days. I was scared. I was nervous. I was young. They were older than me. I was
Yeah.
only, I was 19, and they were all in their 20s.
Wow.
You know, and they expected a lot, and I definitely tried to give a lot, especially with my writing and everything.
There you go.
One time, I got to tell you a story. One time, a guy, I was singing on stage, and his girl, you know, she screamed out. And after that set, I went into the bathroom, and this pimp came up to me and said, "When you go back up there, don't sing so good." So I said, because he didn't like
like the way
his
you
girl.
sing.
He didn't like his girl screaming out. So, yep. So I had to. That was a challenge. I got back up there and I had to sing my heart out because that's the only thing
You
I
had
know.
to.
But it was so funny when I look back years later. And I'm thinking, next time he told me I was a minstrel. That's all you are, is a minstrel. Don't sing so good. So, yeah, it's kind of tough, but I fell into the groove. But my dad, you know, my dad was a classical singer.
Yeah. So this is how
And
you got into it, man.
Yeah, he didn't want me singing R&B. He wanted me to sing classical. That's
Yeah.
what he wanted for me. And when I used to listen to R&B music, he would tell me, "Oh, why don't you turn that stuff off?" You know. But I kept going.
Hey,
He lived 103 years, and he came. At some point, he was very proud.
There you go. I'm glad you
Watch
kept
me.
singing R&B. Dude. I'm glad you kept singing R&B.
Me
You know
too.
what? We gonna get to the on the grind question because I know me sitting here talking to you, we gonna run out of time. So I'm gonna get the on the grind question in. For all the young cats today that are coming up, and we know what you went through back in the day, coming up through when you were coming up. What can you tell these young cats of today to inspire them to stay on the grind, to be maybe the next Dutch Robinson?
Learn how to sing.
Yeah.
You know, that's a problem for me a lot. I teach vocal lessons. I give vocal lessons, and people run out of breath. They get hoarse in 45 minutes. After even a couple of songs, I'm fine. I'm getting hoarse. I actually was teaching Jordan Crocher, and he paid all this money for me to teach him. And they went to New York, and they wanted him to sing out of key so they could use auto-tune on his voice. And I thought that was crazy. He paid all that money to keep in tune, and now they're gonna. You gotta learn how to sing would be the first thing.
Right.
And if you start this, I would not stop until you've gotten everything out of it that you want. If you're gonna give up, don't start it.
Right.
Because I'm 69 and I'm still doing the same thing.
And still hitting the notes, man.
You know, God has blessed me.
Man.
Life has blessed me with a lot of things that people don't get. I still have my mother. My father has passed away 2 years ago. So, you know, all these things are going to help you and hinder you at the same time, but you have to keep going.
Right. You know what? I knew we was gonna run out of time, man, but I'm just glad. Listen, we're gonna have to have you back.
Oh, I don't
because
mind coming
You're gonna
back.
come back.
I don't mind.
Okay, good. You're gonna sing another song when you come back, right?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Listen. Look, y'all. I'm sorry I didn't get to all the questions I was gonna ask this man. But listen, this is my man, Dutch Robinson. If you ain't got the album, go out and get the album. Freedom's the album.
You
right?
can find it on iTunes.
Find it on iTunes, wherever you want to find CD Baby, whichever.
Yep.
Make sure you go out and cop 1,000,000 copies. Dutch Robinson. Candace Woods, thanks for coming out. What am I saying? Next up, Candace Woods. That's what I'm saying.
She's coming out.
She's coming out. I'm so excited right now. It's unbelievable.